Hello! Hello, hello, howdy, hi, welcome. Come on in. Welcome. Hi. Hello. Art day. We're doing art today, and if you've paid attention to the title, I'm drawing Miku. I was gonna draw the, I was thinking about, like, doing My Little Pony as Uma Musume's, but the problem is that they don't have, like, writers or anything, you know, that can kind of be, you know, equivalent to a writer. Which means at that point I'm just drawing, like, human versions of the main six, which I can do, but, I don't know, it felt like, I don't know, I just didn't want to, so I'm gonna draw Miku instead. Let's draw a nice, like, summertime Miku, because that's the thing, I had the thought of drawing the newest, winter Miku, you know, that got announced, and then I was like, wait a minute, I can draw her in the summertime instead, a nice summertime Miku, to kind of get us all, you know, warmed up for the, summer Teto event, conclusion coming in later this week. So, yippee, summer I've no plans going into this, by the way. I've not had a single thought as to what this ought to be, so we're really playing it by ear. Is my BGM too loud? I feel like it's always too dang quiet, but I worry about it being too loud. Sometimes. Worry about it being too loud just so then you can not hear it at all. This Miku could be paired with Summer Tato. Hell yeah! My eye has been really bugging me today. You all might remember the adventures of Twiins' eye is falling apart, and how it was feeling a lot better. And then last night was just a rough night, and my eye is feeling less than great again today. So I'm thinking about maybe actually, like, going to a doctor about it. So I don't know, I'll keep you all updated about that and how that goes. Hang on. I don't want her arms to both be out, because obviously her pigtails will be doing quite a lot. I think this one can be out, and then this one will be kind of in front. Yippee! Yahoo! Wahey! I have no fun stories to share with my day. That's a big ass hand. Sometimes you just black out and you make your arms too long, you make your hands too big. But also, okay, so it's a big ass hand, but also I think Miku's head is too big as well. As is always the case, I am a chronic big head artist. So let's shrink that bad boy down. What you doing? I'm drawing Miku today. Wahoo! Yippee! Let's make that head just a little bit smaller, maybe. Gotta fix the neck again. That's too small. That's way too small. Hang on. Ugh, how big are heads? This might be easier. There we go. A decent head size. And then, like, this arm's in front doing something. Probably interacting with an accessory up here. So So we'll just really loosely sketch this one in, so we can kind of figure out the details as we go. There's a real duality with angles like this. Yeah, we're behind Miku here, and it's the thing where you want to be able to see someone's face still, but there's something so awkward of like when they go too hard and you've got like the back of a character, and then like the face though is like like fully facing you, and it's like, oh no. And so you want to kind of cheat it a lot more than you usually could to get that nice, you know, facial expressions, but you gotta be careful with it. Mega Dragonite art, hell yeah, so fun. Where I live, school just started back up, so no more summer for those kiddos. School will be starting soon in my neck of the woods as well. So, yippee, that means maybe I'll have to encounter them less often, like when I venture out, you know? Alright, let's figure out what the fuck we're doing here. Start with a cute smile for our beloved Miku. My eye line is kind of in the wrong spot there, so let me just kind of jot them in. Cool, great. Okay, now I know where Miku actually is. As they say, make it be there in the first place, you can make it good later. Exactly. That's the point of the sketching layer. Of the sketching phase. I see people really hem and haw with their sketches sometimes. And I'll be like, it's just the sketch part. You're gonna perfect it later. Just be messy with it. You're being awfully precious with a sketch. And yeah, I think it can be tough to learn to really let yourself let loose with a sketch layer. But yeah, you gotta be loose with it. I think this head might be angled too far. I don't know, we'll see. Her head is too wide. I will give myself that. The ear will be... The ear matches up with the nose. So the ear will be there. I don't know if it'll be visible. Does this look right? I feel like it doesn't. I feel like I need to smoogle some things around. There we go. Wow, that fixed everything. Just to kind of move the nose forward a little bit. I might move that eye too, but wow willikers. That really saved the day there. Okay, great. Let's get a pigtail in here, because I know I want Miku to have pigtails. She's in motion as well, so we want to make sure we figure out how that motion is going. She's like looking behind us with gusto. So like one pigtail and then another pigtail. Hell yeah, so dynamic. I am Drawn Miku. Welcome. But yeah, there's no point in having a pretty sketch, so don't let yourself worry about it too much. Quite frankly, there was at one point in college where, you know, I prepare like a sketch for a teacher so they can okay it. You know, you can't just start in, you know, you gotta kind of show your teacher what you're planning on doing so they can offer you advice, you know, even at that early stage of it. And I'm like, here you go, here's what I'm gonna do. And he was like, okay, I gotta be honest, I can't tell what this is. Which, you know, was an issue in that scenario. But for the most part, you know, the only one who needs to understand what, you know, what your picture's doing is you. If you can explain it to your teacher, then great. Let's give her bangs a little bit more life as well. To kind of, there we go. Oh, I've only got one pigtail. Okay. I was like looking for the other one. I remember like a million years ago, I had discussed something related to Ruby designs. I can't remember which one it was, but someone had like left a comment being like, how come they always draw, like, referring to the, like, concept art. And it's like, how come they always draw Weiss with her hair way longer than it actually is? And I replied with, because drawing long hair is fun. Alright, time to figure out what this outfit actually is gonna be. I haven't drawn her feet because I'm planning on putting her in the water. So, cool, yippee. And I think I want her to have, like, sunglasses up here. Ooh, that's tough. Let me put that on, like, its own special layer. They might not look good. Hang on. The arms of the glasses go up there. Okay, that's not awful, you know? That do be some sunglasses, and we can kind of hide the ugliness with this hand. Ugh, how do you hold glasses, though? Hang on. Ugh. Alright. It's not gonna be a perfect picture today. Yeah, since we've got, you know, this cool, you know, shot from behind, let's give her a really cool low-cut kind of outfit going. With, like, maybe some strapper-dee-doos to help keep the article of clothing, you know, on her, actually. And a nice frilly sleeve. Cute. Looking cute. Oh, everyone ignore the bot. Sunglasses nowadays makes me instantly think of Brazilian Miku. I haven't thought about Brazilian Miku since that was a thing. Maybe I just interact with sunglasses too much. Like, on the daily. Don't want gloves, I don't think. It's too hot for gloves. Your hands would get all sweaty, you know? I would know. I have to wear gloves at work, and my hands get all dang sweaty and pisses me off. Yahoo! Yippee! Okay, cool. That's looking pretty swell, pretty great, pretty grand. Now to figure out this skirt situation. Because I think I do want her in a pretty skirt. I think... Ooh, you know what would be cute? Okay, here. We're gonna have like a sheer element. So we've got like the bodice of her outfit. And then we're gonna have like a sheer skirter-dee-doo around it. Give it some nice dynamic kind of bullshit. I don't want a hard edge there. I want it all to look soft. Great, but actually not what I want. Did I put this on its own layer? No. I'm a fool. I'm a stupid idiot. I'm going to switch it over to its own layer so I can fuck with it more efficiently. So, what I wanted, technically, but I want to imply this motion. She's turning, like, this way. So, I don't just want the skirt blooming out of her. You know, I want to imply that motion, so if she's turning, then the skirt is turning in that same direction. And we want to imply this line of motion with it. Which will be really nice because it'll be sheer, so we get, like, kind of lots demonstrating that cool line of motion as well. And then let's add some cute bows to her piggy tails, because we can. Because we can, and nobody is brave enough to stop me. Cool, great, cool. There's Miku. Let's make some line art. This is a lot of layers that I gotta kind of keep track of here. So that sketch. We'll hide the skirt for right now, so I can handle it later. Hello, welcome. We could do a cute bracelet. We could maybe do a cute bracelet. You know, we'll add that in when we get to her hand. What we'll do is we'll kind of echo the shape of the straps on her back in said cute bracelet. Ooh, gotta actually figure out what the fuck I'm doing with this hand. Hang on, let me take off my own glasses. How do you hold glasses? Oh, that's at a crazy angle. Man. Why has art gotta be so hard? Okay. My goddamn, it's fucking hot too. Alright. Bitching won't make the art happen. So, kind of going in with no sketch for these. That ain't too bad. For just a fun little picture-dee-doo. Oh, cool, fun wombo combo of, having a lot of layers to kind of, like, see through. Oh, wow, these sunglasses are so fucking ugly. Hang on, I really fucked these up. Let me make these look like actually sunglasses. This lens is too big. It's just like a little much. I gotta smudge this around a little bit. Nope, wrong button. This is like, and then like, okay. And then maybe also let's rotate it. Just, okay, cool. Let me just, smudge it over where it belongs. Wowie wow willikers. And, hey, you know what? Just don't look at the sunglasses too much. This is why every time I make a character with glasses, they're this. Way easier. When the pro artist starts huffing and puffing, you know you're fucked. Glasses they're shockingly hard to draw. It's 'cause they're like, They're a very distinct shape, I think is what it is. Like, there's not really much, outside of, like, lens shape, there's no variation with glasses. But also, I find, like, kind of man-made stuff to be pretty consistently difficult to draw anyway. Buildings, playground equipment, fences. I'm not good at, like, I'm a lot better at, like, if things with curves, with, like, natural edges to them. If you expect me to make something that's, like, you know, straight lines and stuff, I'm gonna struggle a lot more. Which is part of the reason why half of my Grim Magic chapters take place in forests. That, and in my head, fairy tales just always happen in forests. That's the thing. I try my best to not default to the same environment every single time, but I just do have a natural inclination to be like, fairy tale. Put them in a forest. Yeah, I got too much, like, ribbon bullshit going on here that I want to ignore. You also have to draw them in perspective, I would say more accurately than other accessories or clothing pieces to look good. It's so true. Not to mention, like, eyes are already, like, pretty difficult in their own right, so it makes sense that, like, because it's a similar thing. If you don't put them in perspective, then they can end up looking wonky. The devil's just really in the details for glasses and eyes. So, it's what makes them feel, like, extra hard to do. So, that's Twiins' art tip for the day. Just don't put your characters in glasses. Just... Look, all the fairy tale monsters live in the forest. It's economically efficient. It so is. And then you know how much I fucking struggled with Cat and Mouse? I struggled so bad because I put them in a city. Like a small one, but a city nonetheless. And so I had to draw buildings and shit. That was hard. And same with As the Sky Falls. As the Sky Falls is set in a city, and so every time you get to see... You gotta see the patented Twiins Inc. style buildings where like I have like establishment shots a lot, and I just draw buildings and like I'm just like, and then there are buildings and maybe sometimes if I'm feeling like anxious or you know I'll make like a power line, but yeah, suck at buildings. Suck at buildings. Why do I keep putting my stories in cities? There's a part of me that thinks these ribbons are actually overcomplicating her head. Maybe I'll only have one ribbon? No, that's stupid. Maybe I just don't want any ribbons at all. No, I do. They can help hide the glasses. I thought about getting myself another Miku figure. I opted against it, but it was cute. It's got a very like gothic Lolita kind of aesthetic to it. So, and it was so cheap. That's the thing. Miku gets so many figures that it's so easy to find ones that are like. And here's one that's $20, and it's like, oh my god. And it's like, it looks nice too, so, yeah, opted against it, but, it was a pretty one. Something I did order for myself, which is currently on the way, is a Gundam figure. Don't get your hopes up, though. It's a handsome man. I don't know shit diddly about Gundam, but I saw this handsome man, and I was like, god damn, he's handsome. And I wanted him on my shelf. Sort of giving Sailor Moon vibes. Pigtails will do that. maybe a ribbon hair beret, maybe? That's a lot of words that don't necessarily all need to go together. Or you think, or is that beret? Like, are you suggesting a, like a hair clip kind of a deal? I think I'll roll with the cute ribbons. But fun suggestion. There we go. A cute bracelet. To, again, echo this cross shape in her outfit over here. And actually, I think I'm gonna add another one as well. Don't look too hard at this hand either. Bonus Grim Magic fact. So I tend to draw hands like this, where the middle and ring fingers are together. You'll see that a lot in art, actually. It just makes the hand look put together, kind of cute. And the fun fact is that the mama enemy in Grim Magic, you might remember that from the Cinderella story. I always made a point to have her fingers fully like spread out like that. It made it feel like creepier, more spider-like, and that's on top of also she's, you know, had like long claws kind of a deal. But just a fact for you to keep in mind, that like fully spread out fingers can result in a kind of more unnerving effect if that's something you want in your art. Honestly thought about getting my tattoo design swimming goggles. Decided against it because I thought it made her head look super busy. Yeah, with a character with drills, it can be tough to, like, really accessorize. Like, up hairdos can end up becoming a little messy if you're not careful about it, especially. But yeah, drills, because, you know, drills are, like, a lot of texture, you know. And that's the thing, is that they've got, it's not just like a, you know, short pigtails. It's that circular motion that they have, no matter how you render it down. Like, there is just a lot going on. So it can be a fun challenge to give your drill-haired characters some hair accessories. Hang on, that knee is crazy. All art issues of the day, we can just blame on my bad eye. So, Twiins is actually a perfect artist in every way. Her eye is just not right now. So that's what you gotta tell everybody when they all come to make fun of me for how bad my art is. Cool. Is one leg bigger than the other one? Yes. Yes, it is. I'm gonna take this leg. I'm gonna do. Cool. Kind of round that. Round that, but not in an ugly way. We're not sketching right now. I need clean lines. Okay, cool. Yeah, I meant clip. That's alright. Hair clips. I've never been huge on hair clips. But also, I feel like they're such a small detail. I tend to like kind of big design elements on characters, and so hair clips, I feel like, can easily get lost. Especially since I like quite big hair. So yeah, they're not an accessory that shows up super duper often in my art. But you know, always fun to try new things, isn't it? Twiins gave up her one eye to become her biblically accurate form. I have that thought that like goddamn, I'm gonna have to like stream in my biblically accurate form more often if my eye is like too fucked up. Okay, cool. Now we've got that looking cute and swell. Let's add the sheer line. Oh, actually, I want to add another. Okay, that's great, but it's not at the right angle. Cute. Okay. Yeah, and now the sheer part. So there's a lot of detail you can put into something like this, since it is sheer, you can see through it. So you don't need to worry about hiding anything. In fact, messing up. It almost, like, adds to the authenticity of the look, because sheer elements are also often very much, like, really loose, you know, materials. So lots of details can be seen through them. Oof. That might be too fucking much. We'll see. We'll handle that later. Let's, oh, I didn't add, the world. Zowodo. Okay. I need to, let's make some water real quick. Water. And I'm gonna do this line art actually in white, I think. Hang on, I can't see what the fuck I'm doing. I thought I could be a cool badass. I cannot. Biblically accurate form has so many eyes to make up for the bad eye. Here we go. So what we're doing is we're implying how the water, like, crashes against Miku. Like, it is in motion. I'll probably end up cropping the sides. This is a lot of space around Miku, so we probably won't keep all this around her. But I want the edges to wander upwards, because we are, like, kind of low down. The water is around us. Think of it like a fisheye lens, almost. We're gonna do something that's so fun to do, which is adding wave bullshit. This will make doing water take a million billion years. But it's so worth it, because this step that I'm doing, where you add, like, the foam to water, it adds so much. We can even add it kind of throughout as well. We don't want to be too much about it, you know, we don't want to distract from Miku, but we want the water to feel alive. Whenever I don't know what to do, I maybe would add hair clips, because why not? Also, I love them and they're cute. Everyone's got something like that. The don't know what to add this, because why not, you know? Everyone's got something. I'm trying to think about what mine is. Scars. Scars are a pretty easy kind of thing to default to. Don't know what to do, add a scar. And then you have to, like, justify it. I figure, like, okay, why do they have a scar, you know? Cute Miku. Let me... Oh, this arm is floating. Hang on. You all were just gonna let that happen. Just let her have no arm back there. There we go. Now she's not quite an eldritch horror. I got so distracted with her, like, the pretty, like crosses along her back. Okay, now we can color in Miku. I need to get a reference picture of her, I think. Foiled again. Another loss for the hovering arm mafia. Heterochromia. Heterochromia is so cool. It has me thinking I want to make more characters with heterochromia. Hatsune Miku. But I'm just quite bad at it, actually. I feel like I want the colors to look like they go together. So I don't know. It's just tough. Copy. Paste. It's Miku! Yippee! She looking a little pale for the summertime. Let's give her a little bit of color on her cheeks. Who here knows anything about Alice in Wonderland? I'm still on that. If you were here yesterday, you heard me talk about the Alice in Wonderland ballet. And I want to continue talking about Alice in Wonderland. But I actually have, like, so it's in relation to the Mad Hatter and the March Hare. But really, it's actually the third character I want to discuss, which is the Sleepy Dormouse. How come, like, what's their deal? You know, Mad Hatter and March Hare, they, like, clearly go together. Because Mad Hatter, and then Mad as a March Hare. You know, that's... But what's with the Dormouse? Why does the Dormouse hang out with them? Dormouse seems altogether not mad. And so, is there like a saying that I'm just not aware of that kind of explains their inclusion in the freak-ass goobers section of of Wonderland? Oh, her legs are wide open. I need to hang on. And by that I mean the line art is wide open, like the not closed lines. Cool. Dead as a dormouse? That's not really a phrase though. It's a doornail that people say. There's a regular who comes through at work and he has heterochromia. I've seen a little boy wandering in the back rooms once. He had heterochromia. He was a dark-skinned boy too. And one eye was like really bright. And I think he also had like a patch of white in his hair at that same side as well. So it may have actually been alopecia? Question mark? Either way, it was stunning. He was really gripping. He looked like such a protagonist. You said you were going 2 ages ago. I think when I gave one character one gray eye, and you were like, oh, I'm gonna steal that. I just like... it's so cool. I'm just so bad at incorporating it. I've tried. Trust me. Every new Grim Magic chapter, I'm like, heterochromia. And then I'm like, no, I don't think we need it for this one. I was like, yeah, you're right. That's the thing. I like it when it's a gimmick. Like, characters with, like, one injured eye, and so that one's different. Or the other eye is, like, something special. Kind of like Sans. You know? Like, I like when there's a gimmick behind it. Even though you don't need that to have heterochromia. I'm just how my brain likes to work, I guess. I've heard it said dead as a doorknob before. Fascinating. The Dormouse is probably too tired to deal with the Hatter and Hare. Maybe, but just, I don't know. I just don't understand why it was included in the set. This Miku hair feels a little desaturated. I'm going to leave it like that for now, but I think I want to color in the sky in the water before I get too far with Miku's hair color. Because I want to tweak it so that it really pops against... How cute! I can make the bows resemble her usual kind of pigtail accessories. that, I need to complete that line, hang on. Very good. And then it's red, but yeah, I'll just grab it. I know how red works. I think you just met an isekai protagonist. Whoops. Insert green, blue, teal, cyan. Don't be silly. That's me talking to Vincent. He's being silly. Vincent, which one's your favorite of the Mad Hatter gang? You like the Dormouse? Yeah, I bet you do. Okay. Before I proceed too much more with Miku, yeah, I do want to get the sky and the water colored in here. So let's start with the sky. And then ooh, that's a hideous color. Hang on. Cute, cute, cute. And then we'll add some clouds on their own layer with a handy dandy cloud brush. So fun. I can do clouds myself, but these do look really nice. Look at that. Nice clouds for a sunny day. Wowie wow willikers. And kind of want to imply some sunlight. So let me actually hide my Miku reference here. There it is. Okay. And that's kind of cool. Great. There's the sky. Looked it up. The Dormouse seems to have earned always had a saying about drowsiness and talking nonsense. The phrase itself seems to be forgotten, though. I don't know why it says earned in my text. Ignore that. Okay, so it seems to have always also had a... Okay, so talking nonsense is probably actually the gimmick. Because Mad Hatter and March Hare talk a lot of nonsense, and so that's probably why Dormouse was added with them. Not because mad is the overarching theme, but because nonsense is. So... Neato! We figured it out! Watercolor. Great. And... Why? Oh, it's because I'm referring only to the editing layer. That's okay, like, let me see just how dang green I was making the water there. Hang on. Let me get all of it real quick. Gotta get all these little gaps. There's also a whole section here that got filled in. That's okay. We'll handle that in a moment. Okay, let me save. File save. Create a selection of the layer, and now we've got our airbrush again. And we're going to just airbrush in some texture into the water, so it's not one, you know, continuous color. We gotta go in and clean up our edges because Clip Studio Paint hates your anti-aliasing for some reason. Looks pretty at the water. Thank you. don't know why, but Twiins talking about Sans Undertale reminds me of the Asgore truck meme. I am unfamiliar with this. And you know what? I don't think I'm gonna ask. I think I'm happier just being unaware. Clean this up. And we can add a little bit extra to the water to really make these splashes feel punchy. But we'll do that at the end. Oh, I've got a whole... I think I've tried to wipe this right here. I think I've tried to wipe that away like 3 times. I gotta be honest. There we go. Like, I thought it was just a smudge on my screen. Gotta make sure we get all Miku covered up here. Nice. Pretty! And now we can make her pigtails with a lot more confidence. Also, I had no idea that a dormouse was a real animal. I thought he was like a doorman, but like a mouse. That's cute. That's adorable. Draw as well, Zero. Drawing with a friend, well, actually, is a useful thing to do. It, something, your brain make art go good. So yeah. Join in the fun. There we go. Punchy, bright blue. It's like her pigtails are like the waves, are like the sky around her. Do I want her eyes to match her hair? No, I don't. So I want it to be like a pretty deep blue, and then white irises, because we've got a very kind of white theme correlating across everything. Hell yeah. Insert who is she? So much blue, I love it. I know. It's got me feeling like we need to counteract it somehow. But we've got a little bit of yellow in the corner. So, yeah, there's that. My initial plan was a white outfit, but I'm feeling like I don't want that. I feel like I do want these parts of her outfit to be black. Matching her pigtail bows. And I do want, I think, the sheer part to be white. It makes her look like she's part of the sky. So actually we're going to continue with the blue theme, and we're going to make her outfit blue as well. But we're going to make it a pretty bright blue. Pretty bright blue with a fun pop of... What's blue's complement? Orange, yeah? Some orange sunglasses. We should be able to see a little bit of the other arm of her glasses back here. Let me just... Yep. Clock that in there. Nice. Wowie wow wilkers. Pretty dang cute. Let's add... Keep this nice red theme going as well. on her bracelet, so it's kind of all correlating together nicely. Now let's add a sheer element. Seeing this art stream is making me consider revisiting my summer Miku outfit I did to match Teto. Hell yeah. Art's fun, isn't it? Now give her ice powers and she's Luna Snow. I don't know who that is. Fun fact, Messiah, I hate the color orange. I think it's my least favorite color. I've never liked orange. I'm just an orange hater. Nothing wrong with you. It's just how it has always been. Alright, and now let me make sheer color. Gonna keep everything. I don't like warm colors in general though, so that it's not just that I'm an orange hater. I don't like yellow either. I don't like much red, which is funny because I actually use red a lot. I just like cool colors. They're easy to see. And now we color everything in. Hang on, we're bleeding into the line art here. How much did we bleed though? A decent amount, but that's okay. We can just erase that part. Cool. And go in and clean up all this niceness. I was like, wow, that sure is ugly. Oh, but wait! Oh! It's not so ugly anymore now, is it? Ha ha ha! Pretty slick. I'm gonna make it the opacity a little bit higher, 70, and I will, kind of soft erase elements of it to imply depth in the sheeredness. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Messiah. I've noticed whenever I use warm colors for art, I gravitate towards using darker shades, like crimson for red. Oh, fascinating. In general, you'll see me pull from, like, here a lot in my character designs, if you see me over here in the triangle. I tend to not like super saturated, or too bright. So, yeah, I pull from, like, the middle and darker more often than not. But then, you know, sometimes you gotta alter how you do things, don't you? A little thing I wanted to share, I got a sneak peek at the new toys we're getting for our Happy Meals, and it looks like Hello Kitty characters dressed like Ninja Turtles. That's so fucking cool. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. There we go. Dimension. A yippee. Pretty cool. Now let's add, maybe just some light. I don't think I want a whole lot of shading. I think I just want it to feel bright, you know? Which we can actually do more of with our sun here. Cool. Hell yeah. What happens if we make it like a fancy... Oh, wow. Nope. Yeah, that ruins it. Okay, great. Let's add some light to Miku. And we're gonna do it in a fun way, I think. Okay. Hope this works. So we're gonna make it, yeah, sure. The airbrush? No. Yes? No. So we're gonna just kind of go in real messy. Actually, I think I want it brighter than this. No, I don't. I want it to be this nice gold color. Because if I do everything right, then we can use a fancy cool layer thing to just really make it all pop. That's assuming I can remember what the fancy layer thing is. So forgive me for a moment while I get a little bit quiet, while I focus on where the light interacts with a character. I'm thinking, you know how it works. I'm not ignoring you. Twiins suddenly rushes to McDonald's. Alright, okay. Cool, let's see if I remember how to do this. Basically, you're gonna sit here and watch me go through all the different types of layers that we can do to find one that does what I want. Lighten, that's actually kind of gorgeous, but not what I want. Add glow, nope. What about add? No, that's the exact same thing. Overlay, it might be overlay. Soft light, oh that's kind of pretty. I think it's overlay that we're looking for. Yeah, this is the Twiins tip to fuck around with your layers sometimes. Okay, cool. It's a little yellow. So let's kind of go in. I've decided I don't like it. I don't like how this looks on her skin. Yeah, so let's just go in with some white on her skin. How about that? I think I've decided I don't like it. So let's just add some normal shading. And that's okay. Sometimes, you just gotta decide you don't like something. Fuck around and find out is a great art technique. Me taking vigorous notes on the color and layers portion of today's lecture. Okay. Let's clock in some nice shading instead. Okay, so we're using dark blue as our multiply layer for shadows because this is also blue. It's how color works, to put it shortly. So yeah, everything's gonna be blue with the shadows, and I want to actually just be really loosey with it because the sun is in front of her. We're seeing a lot of shadows. And it'll make her look all dynamic and cool as well. So yeah. We can actually make our brush a lot smaller. So we can be a little bit more exact with what we're doing. But I don't want to be too precious about it, I don't think. Because basically more shadows will create more oomph, more impact. You want to be aware of how she's casting shadows on herself in situations. It's gonna look really dark for a little bit, and that's okay. Don't be scared of it. We'll figure out the shading on her face in a second. The face is a scary part to shade, because you don't want to hide all these cool details. And you don't want her to end up looking all evil, either. But, you know, your face has shadows, and so you want to try to make sure you still incorporate that. the fun part about characters like Miku is that you can customize her so much. Like the fact that I was able to play with the shade of blue with her hair to really make this nice punchy design. I think like that's fun, and not a whole lot of characters have that kind of feature to them where they aren't really beholden to kind of one color and design all the time. The only one I can think of is Bulma from Dragon Ball, you know, because like her hair changes every dang arc. So yeah, I don't know, it's just pretty dang neato. Makes it easy to understand why everyone wants to draw Miku all the time. Don't want to be scared of them shadows. More shadows will look nice. You can always erase things, so don't worry about it. Hang on. Keep track of where your light source is. Don't just guess. Hang on. I don't like that part. I want to fix that. Ah! Finding the right color palette is always important for me, as I tend to go pretty simple to avoid the design looking like an eyesore. If I had to name a bad example of a color scheme, I'd say Shattered Glass Thundercracker, which is a scary word you just had me say there. I don't know what that is. I know I tend to wander towards black and white. In my character design, and I recognize that it's probably because I work in black and white very often. But I don't want to let myself be scared of adding color to a character design. Colorful characters can be great as well. So don't let yourself forget that. Ain't nothing wrong with pretty monochrome color like designs either, you know? Just variety is the spice of life, isn't it? I think I want this whole dang hand to be pretty heavily cast in shadow. Oh. Selected the wrong thing. You know how it is. You know how artworks be. See, now here's the thing. Because our shadows are so dark right now, it actually makes the light feel really bright. So we're not going to lower our opacity too much by the end of this. I need to get rid of the sheer element. It'll make, just for a moment, because it'll make, like, coloring her in kind of a pain. You see? You see how bright that sun looks? So let's now, with our shading, lower it a little bit. And now accommodate for the sun kind of peeking around her. Because where we might fuck it up. We can always edit undo. That's the thing with working digitally. Basically adding a rim lighting to her. Because the water will be refracting light. And we can blend that. And actually, we will right now. Make it look a little bit nicer. Her legs are awfully dark. I kind of want to... There we go. See, not so scary. Basically just softening all these shadows. And then let's blend up here a little bit. Do some blending here. Just to help these like hard edges feel a little less angry about it. We can have some hard edges, but I don't think I want all of them. Neat, how do we feel? Does that look good? Do we think she looks good? She's so beautiful. Oh, that's good. You like saving colorful for like patchwork characters? There's definitely, you need to have a good reason for a lot of colors. If your character's gimmick is rainbow, they are excitable and happy and rainbow, then just being smart about how, like, you still end up needing one main color, one or two, and then the rest of the colors around them, just, you know, placed smartly. You really like it? Yay! Now let's make this water look nice. Miku should be casting some shadows into it. Actually, I think I want like a pretty big ass brush here. Cool. So kind of, let your emotions figure it out, and then you blend it and hope that it looks good. That's not too bad. And now, at a lighter color, we can get some more of these, like, and even lighter than that. I want to be much closer to kind of the watercolor. For these little details. And even that's too much. Yeah. And, okay, and now let's make the water really, really exciting. Y'all ready for this? There you go. That's how you make water really exciting. Just add some droplets. And there we go. I think we've got Miku. So yippee! I drew Miku. A nice, fun, summery Miku to lead us into the Summer Teto event. So yay! You had me at the edge of my seat for that. So yeah, hope you had fun. I did. I had a lot of fun. I liked getting to play with Miku's pigtail color so much. So, wowie wow willikers. Or no, the water's a real standout. I think the sky's really great too. Miku's just an accessory to the pretty environment. We still love her though. So, yay! Yay, fun. I'll post this on Twitter and on Blue Sky. And thanks for being here. Draw an idea, draw your summer Miku with the summer Teta winner. We'll have to see, because I'm already making a whole music video for summer Teto, so plausible, but we'll have to see what happens. We've got a lot of work to do already. So yeah, yippee! Such a beautiful scene. And also Miku. Exactly. Yeah, thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. And, here's hoping my eye gets better sooner rather than later. Adios. I'll see you on the flip side. Make smart choices. Eat your vegetables. Drink your water. All of it. The whole ocean. Go do it. Don't be scared. Oh, I just stopped the music. That was me being like, and then I end stream. I just stopped the music really abruptly.